Hello Earthlings. Today I'm gonna show you how you can make ratchets in an arpeggiator on the Korg Multi here, but it should also work on the Modwave, the optics and the wave state, since they all have the same controls, I think. At least I know it works on the Modwave. And then after that I'm also gonna show you how you can trigger the effects and control them in your arpeggiator as well, using the Kaoss physics here. So let me show you quickly what we're gonna make. So yeah, ratchets in arpeggiator, pretty cool. So let's get started here, and by going into initialize patch here first. So let me just turn on some extra oscillators to get a little bit more beef going. And I'm gonna make them in the squares. Let's detune the second one here. And let's detune these a little bit as well. Let's see. Alright, that's good enough for the purposes of this demo. Yeah, so let's go right into arpeggiator here. So let's turn on the ledge here, and then in the gate we want to put that to 100%, because we are gonna control the volume using the amp envelope here. So let's remove all the sustain here and then add some decay. Let's make it 7 seconds so we get a nice plug sound for the arpeggiator. Let's try that out quick. Alright, let's reduce the tempo a little bit so we can actually hear the ratchets better when we make them. So let's put the tempo to like 70, something like that. Close enough. So yeah, ratchets. We are gonna make the ratchets using the sequencer, using the timing lane. So first let's go to the sequences and then press shift and press the timing lane. And what we want to do is we want to control the speed here using aftertouch, or better polyphonic aftertouch. So what you do is you use the arrows here to navigate to the speed, and then if you want to add it to the mod matrix, because this is not something that's on the device by itself, you can only go there by going into the menu, and you can select that by adding a mod matrix. So you press mod and plus to add it, and then you press enter, and by pressing enter you select whatever you had selected in the menu. And now we want to apply polyphonic aftertouch, so we press down a key, and oh fuck, on the last moment it switched to pitch bend because I have the osmosis, which is a little bit annoying. So we just gonna scroll down to polyphonic aftertouch here, and we want to increase the intensity of the speed by, let's say, 4 here, and let's also add the mod knob here to control, to be able to turn it on or off if we want. So let's go to mod knobs, mod knob 4. So as you can see, it's int mod here. So that means if we turn it to the left it will be off, and when we turn it to the right it will be on. And then we want to put the controls here to the plus. Let's do that for both of these. So now it should be working, but it will only sound on the first one because we haven't added a trigger yet. But you should be able to see the timing lane go faster or slower here. So as you can see, when I'm pushing it down further, we will go fast, and when I only hold it a little bit, we will go slow. You can also do this with just normal aftertouch, like not polyphonic. The difference is here that with polyphonic, when we're playing an arpeggiator, it will make it much easier to control. So if I'm holding these two keys here, for example, and then this one, and I push this one further down to apply the ratchets, with polyphonic aftertouch, these two will be played normal, and only this one, where I'm pushing it down, will actually play the ratchets. And if you have a single aftertouch or a channel aftertouch, then it will apply the aftertouch to your whole range. So if I push down this one to get the ratchets, it will also apply the ratchet to these. So you will need to be a lot more precise with your timing for the ratchets, which is quite hard if you have like really fast ratchets, which is kind of the nature of ratchets. So yeah, that's about the aftertouch here. So now let's re-trigger the pulse here. So we go to the amp envelope, and then in the trigger source, we want to go to generators, and in the generators we scroll to the step pulse. So now every time we go through a step, the amp envelope will be triggered. So let's try that out. So as you can hear, it's now playing the same note again. And now if we want to make it a little bit more interesting here, is if we go to the pitch lane, and let's reduce the amount of steps to, let's say, 4 here. And now on the third step, we increase the the pitch by 1 octave. So you can hear the octave going up by 1 on the third step every time. Now the funny thing about this is, if you combine the step sequencer with the arpeggiator, is that you won't hear that third step unless you are playing the ratchets. So when you are playing the ratchets, you will go through them really fast, so you will actually reach the third note. But with the slower notes, you won't actually reach the third step here. So let's just try that out. Let's turn on the arpeggiator. So as you can hear, we don't get that higher note. And now let's add one more here. So as you could hear, the third button where I was pushing it down, we had a where it goes up really high. Well, not really high, just 1 octave higher, I guess. So yeah, only when we apply the ratchet, we will actually reach that third step to get the high note. And as you could also hear, that the ratchet was applied nicely only on the one that was actually pushing down further. Oh, I need to turn on the arpeggiator, otherwise we will be running the sequence on each key that I'm pushing down. So yeah, that works nicely. So it sounds pretty cool, but a little bit dry. So now we want to add some effects on that. And on the Korg devices, unfortunately, you can't control the mix and all the other things on the effects. You can't control them using the envelopes or the LFOs. You can only control them using things like the mod knobs here. You can use the Kaoss physics, or you can apply things like aftertouch, but not the generators. So what I want to do is I only want to play the effects when I'm not playing the ratchets. Now what I could do is I could use the what's really simple is just apply the polyphonic aftertouch here. to control the mix, and that would work. But the downside is you always will get some sort of mix going on, like even if it's 5% or whatever, you will still have some delay when you're just pushing it down a little bit. So what I want to do here is I want to use the Kaoss physics, and I will trigger them instead. So we only get the effects when I want to. So let's go into the Kaoss physics here. Let's go to the first page and make sure it's turned on. Then let's turn off the friction here, and that will basically slow down the ball. And with the physics we don't want that. Now we go to the next page here, and we want to set the position where we fall to. So let's turn that to 100%. So now we will be falling upwards. Let's make it steep, and we want to use the edge bounce to actually prevent it from bouncing. So what we are going to do here is put, when we reach the top, we reduce the speed by 100, so now it won't be bouncing anymore. Then we go to the next page again, and here is where we will be launching our ball. So we will launch it from the middle of the physics here. So we're gonna put both of these to the 50, which is the middle. We want to aim it upwards, so let's put it to 90 degrees here. And let's add a force of 100, so we will shoot it up really fast to the top whenever we trigger it. And then for the trigger we will use the aftertouch. So we go into, actually we were in the controls, that was right. So we scroll down to the aftertouch again, and what makes this more in control with the trigger that I want versus the normal aftertouch is that you can set the threshold here. So right now the threshold is set to 50. So that means when I'm reaching 50% on my aftertouch, it will actually shoot the ball. And as you could see, it shot it really fast. We will fix that in a bit, but actually I want to set the threshold to 80 here. So that means only when I reach almost the end of my aftertouch, I will shoot the ball up. And now we go back to the first page again to prevent the ball from launching up really fast. And we are going to do that by controlling the time here with the aftertouch. So as you could see, I selected the time field again, so I can add that to the mod matrix. So mod plus, press enter. I had the time selected, so that's what we get here. And I want to control that using my aftertouch. So now I'm controlling the time with my aftertouch, and I want to reduce it by 100% or -1 basically. And what this does is, actually, let me turn off the sequencer quick here. So show the physics. Basically, whenever I press down aftertouch, it will freeze the time here. So we set the position of the ball to the middle, and then we launch it up. But because the time is frozen, it will stick in the middle, and the ball will be controlling our effects in a little bit. So let's do that. And as you can see, it moved a little bit. So depending on how far you press down your aftertouch, you will freeze the time more or less. So if you want your effect to fade in faster or slower, you can adjust those settings, and you can also adjust the force here. So those two settings will adjust if you fade in fast or slow or whatever. And because I'm running an arpeggiator here, I want it to be fast. So yeah, that's the settings I made it for at the moment. So as you can see, it goes up pretty fast, and that will either remove or add back the delay effect and the reverb in a bit. So let's turn the effects back, the sequence and the arpeggiator back on again. And now that we have set up the Kaoss physics here, we want to add the effects. So let's turn on the delay, and I'm just going to use a simple tape echo for this demo. We remove the mix, and then we will apply a mod matrix, and then apply it to the Y. And we only want to apply it to the top side of the Y because that's what we programmed it for. So in the menu you can scroll down to Kaoss Y+, so that means only the top here. And we want to add, let's say, 30% delay mix. So when we go back to the Kaoss physics, you can see it's always stuck at the top unless we do the ratchets and push down. And when we don't have the ratchets, so basically when it's normally running, so the state where it always is at, is when we want the delay. So that's why I'm in the matrix, Kaoss Y, which is always at the top. So when it's always at the top, so we always get the 30% mix. And whenever we push down the ratchets, we go to 0, so the mix will be removed. And let's also add the int mod here again, so we can turn the effects off at all if we want. And let's add those to the mod knobs and mod knob 3 here, because I already set it to only go into the plus. So let's try it out now. Oh, actually, let's set the time to be the delay to be a little bit faster and add some feedback. Let's see how it sounds now. And also I had to turn this one to 100, of course. So yeah, that's very cool, but let's add a little bit of reverb as well, using the same trick as the delay here. So let's turn it on. Let's go into overbeat, that's fine. Put it to minus, let's say minus 16, something like that. Now we do the same trick as we did with the delay. So we add the mixture here of the reverb, Kaoss Y. We make it only go to Y+, and let's do plus 3.5, something like that. So now when we are not doing ratchets, it's at the top, so we get plus 3.5 dB on the reverb send, and whenever we push it down, we remove some of that send on the reverb, so it doesn't get too muddied up. So let's do that again. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and see you the next time. Bye.